ATS and HRS systems, job searching, the evolution. Let's talk about what it takes to meet eligibility requirements for job placement at MyComputerCareer. First, you must complete all 5 workshops: cover letter, resume, interviewing, job searching, and LinkedIn. Turn in a resume draft to your career service director, as well as a cover letter. Make sure that the resume is okay and come up with a final draft. Complete a mock interview. Pass A+, Linux, Network+, Server+, or Windows 7, and pass one other MTA certification by midpoint. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. How do we prepare? First, you must take inventory and be self-aware. When you're taking inventory, there are a number of factors you need to consider. Many times throughout my career, I've asked people what kind of job they wanted, and the response, I'll take anything, or I'll do anything. You did not come to my computer career because you were willing to just take any old job, but that's not exactly what I'm talking about here. We know you want a career in IT. Now, you must dig just a little bit deeper. What are your priorities and parameters? What type of experience do you have? What type of experience are you looking to gain? What type of culture does the company have? Does it offer job security? How far is it from your house? What hours are they looking for you to work? Does it offer benefits? We all want the perfect job that has all of these things. But the truth is, we need to have some flexibility to find the right fit. We may need to loosen our expectations in one area to gain ground in the other. What do I mean by that? Well, if I want to work 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. ideally, but get paid $40,000 a year for that job, and another position wants me to work 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., but pays $45,000 a year, does that change my mind on how I feel? How far am I willing to be flexible? And what does it gain or what does it cost me? This is where analysis of the information comes in. I know what I want ideally, but how far am I willing to stretch in each area and be flexible? If the job is with a great company, am I willing to take a little less money for the opportunity to gain experience in the field and grow? Do I know an hour and 20-minute commute is way too much? Am I willing to relocate? What are your deal breakers? If you're too demanding, you might just be left with nothing. Remember, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. Thinking about these things can have you better prepared for when opportunity presents itself. Part 2. What skills and experience do you have? What do I mean by that? Do you have any transferable skills? What types of things have you been doing in labs? Are you able to talk about them to employers? Are you able to list them on your resume? Is your resume in good working order? Do you have a cover letter? Do you know how to write a cover letter? Don't worry if you don't, we'll teach you. Do you have all your documentation? Driver's license, social security card. Those types of documents are very important when going through the hiring process. They can't add you to payroll without them. Waiting until they hire you to realize that you need to get them could cause a problem. Make sure you have these types of things before you start searching. Do you have a portfolio? Work examples? Is your LinkedIn profile up to date? Have you added your certifications? Remember, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. Applicant tracking systems primarily focus on the surface level of job posting creation and the matching of candidates through the frequency of relevant keywords or phrases contained within your resume, profile, or application. Being able to decipher job postings and pick up on what these key terms are is really where the skill comes in when effectively job searching or applying. Applicant tracking systems were designed to make recruiters more efficient and effective. Can you imagine receiving 300 letters via the United States Postal Service that contained resumes for one single job posting? In addition, companies are usually hiring for more than one position. That just adds to the amount of resumes they would have to look at. How long do you think it would take someone to read each one of those just for one job? Evolution happened and it was needed. Even with the development of email, it was almost still just as cumbersome to open each email and read the resume. Not to mention, the recruiters found that a good percentage of the resumes were not even relevant to the job that was posted. They were spending enormous amounts of time looking and reading resumes that did not match the job. Basically, it was just wasting their time. And as we all know, time is money. What better way to save money and time than to develop a system using OCR technology, optical character recognition? This software allows for the scanning and matching of keywords. It may even highlight or draw specific attention to the words in the document. As you see in the picture and the graph below, the systems are allowing the recruiters to do things in minutes that were previously taking hours. These systems are making things more efficient and more effective. One might think, though, that these computers are missing something, and I would agree. Sometimes they might be, or sometimes they are. But it is what I would consider the best alternative and a solution to a problem that needed fixing or evolving. This is why, as job seekers, we need to adapt. Human Resources Information Systems, aka HRIS. This is basically an applicant tracking system on steroids. Usually, larger companies are going to be the ones using these, but there are many different kinds and versions. Some companies even build their own. However, a lot of mainstream systems allow for customizing and are becoming more affordable for medium and smaller companies as well. Basically, an HRS system not only does the job posting, applications, and resumes, it handles all the functions associated with having an employee, up to and including storage of employee records and data. The view from the other side, behind enemy lines. This is just a screenshot of what an HRS system looks like. The columns and data are sortable. Recruiters and managers are able to access information with one simple click and a scroll of a mouse. There can even be headings that will show percentage matches to the job descriptions based on the keywords and terms from your profile or resume. If you were the recruiter and had 300 applications for an opening, wouldn't you sort them by the percentage they matched the job? It really just makes sense if you think about it. Understanding the process. How many resumes will the recruiter look at if the system is sorting them by keywords? It all depends. There's no factual answer here other than very, very rarely will they read or look at all the applications. My best guess is that they might make it through 20 to 30 resumes for one opening. Maybe more, maybe less. It really depends. Matching keywords is only the first step in the screening process. Once a human pair of eyes is looking at it, the criteria changes a bit. Does the format look nice? Are there any misspellings? Did they use dates? Did you indirectly communicate the necessary soft skills? Now that the ATS and HRS are done, there's another set of criteria that needs to be met, the recruiters. Like life, hiring is a cycle. In fact, the key term or word in a job posting for a recruiter might be full cycle recruiting. Okay, so now you know how it works. Armed with this information, what do you do next? Great question. You must become skilled at identifying words and terms. You will have to edit and adjust your resume every time you apply to a job. You may even develop a few different versions. If target jobs are network administrator, how will the keywords and terms differ from a help desk position? If you're trying to do both, it may be beneficial to have a resume that describes both positions individually. Then, when you apply to a specific position, you can do a little less editing. This is a job description. It is highlighted so that you can notice the difference between hard skills and soft skills. The difference between what is a keyword and what isn't. If you notice, there are two colors: yellow, which are the hard skills, and direct key terms you want to incorporate on your resume. Blue are concepts that need to be conveyed but are not letter for letter or word for word keyword matches. For example, public speaking, relationship development, and leadership are keywords that I would want to include on my resume somewhere. In blue, you'll see honesty and integrity. These are soft skills or qualities or traits that they would like the person. You may want to convey that you have honesty or integrity in the wording of your resume, but not necessarily the exact words. You have to be creative and think of how you might be able to communicate that. Identifying keywords on a job description is very necessary. I call it deconstructing the job description. You need to pull it apart. You need to take it apart. And then you need to reconstruct your resume. I know some of you say job descriptions are very short and they don't have a lot of information. I don't even know if it has any keywords. Sometimes you need to dig a little bit deeper. Maybe you need to find a network administrator position for another company and use the keywords contained in that job description to apply for one that lacks. Job boards and staffing agencies, Dice, LinkedIn, Robert Half, Monster, computerjobs.com, Glassdoor, Career Builder, The Muse, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, Tech Systems, and Apex Systems. These are just some of the many ways you can job search. Some of them are job boards, some of them are staffing agencies. Apex Systems, Robert Half, and Tech Systems are all staffing agencies that we partner with. I know some people have a negative connotation on staffing agencies and feel like they don't want a temporary job. But let me tell you, sometimes those temporary jobs become permanent ones. Not just that, but a temporary assignment can provide you with the hands-on experience that will be attractive to future employers. These job boards, such as LinkedIn, Muse, Dice, Glassdoor, Career Builder, are job boards. They're places where you can upload your resume and apply to other jobs. Just remember, you want to be changing the keywords associated for each position. My best advice is to choose two or three that best suit the needs that you have and use those the most. If you have any questions, definitely talk to your career service director. I'm sure they can provide you some clear guidance on how to proceed. Important things to remember: be prepared and organized. Have a base resume, maybe more than one. Remember, you must deconstruct the job posting, research the company, and reconstruct your resume. Take your time, it will be more effective. Hunt, don't fish. Last but not least, let's make sure you remember what the eligibility requirements are for career placement at MyComputerCareer. You must complete all 5 workshops: cover letter, resume, interviewing, job searching, and LinkedIn. Turn in a resume draft, a cover letter, do a resume revision and come up with a final draft, complete a mock interview with your career service director, pass A+, Linux, Network Plus, Server Plus, or Windows 7, pass one MTA certification, and complete all that by midpoint. When opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare.